Robo's current methods include research, writing, development, hardware hacking, and systems integration of consumer and surplus electronics towards hands-free, ubiquitous computing. His goals include field reconfigurability and technomatic networking for urban and adventure touring, motorcycle camping, sustainable energy, its scenarios, and communities. Recently, he has been connecting two main devices, a combined camera smartphone and a combined PDA PVR. The former is a Nokia N95, and the latter is an Arcos PMA 430. They each had their proprietary engineering to overcome, but he can now route audio, video, USB charging, and hosting through one Ethernet cable. His applications include tapping and mirroring his cell phone screen, viewing and archiving, wearable and vehicular monitors, and media. Integrations and widespread infrastructure include recharging multiple batteries from available vehicular, wall-mounted, and USB jacks. Some of his contextual computing applications include logging video sequences of research methods, integral and external cameras, geotagging, data visualization, web browsing, and other user interactions. These are some ways he is selecting and acting upon Cyberpunk's non-fiction future.
We started selling online. Well, actually, we started wholesaling to other companies, to other retail stores, and then in 2002, I think, 2001.
About 2002, we opened an online store.
We opened an online store, and last year we finally opened the store. Sometimes we find inspiration, like last season it was these big granites, and we like love the shape of it, the colors, so we just kind of try to incorporate a whole bunch of clothing around that. Sometimes it's really the music, as you said. Like,
other times it's technology, like we'll get a new little robotic toy that can do this or that, or new fabrics, working through the software to run the things, what the limitations are, and those limitations may depict what we designed using these new tools. So, robotic CAD system that cuts vector art out of polyurethane film, and then we apply that. So that's what you're looking at here with the barbed wire and the crossbone design. We've been searching for notions like detail elements and such, and I was experimenting with what we could manufacture ourselves as far as new straps. We were getting a little bit tired of the polyurethane webbing straps, so we're looking at how to produce something different. I did some experimentation, and along the way we decided that we could create these kind of raw-edged PVC printed materials and use them as straps.
Yeah, the whole collection was kind of a little bit military inspired. But
and then it evolved into a completely different aesthetic component.
Yeah, so we made like little jackets and things to wear together. Did we use it in men's line? I don't remember.
Will be.
I think we always experiment with the women's line first.
Yeah, it's true.
The girls are more open to new things, I think.
Here. I am Chief Information Officer of Cyberjocks. Everything that's in here is what I do. We designed the place, built it, wrote the software, installed the games, do the events, sell nachos. Out here we have our open areas of computers, 40 machines out here. This is our latest edition, Cyberjocks Arena. 6v6, both sides, red team versus blue team. We have monitors hanging from the ceiling that mirror what is on the monitors the players are seeing for spectator view. It's a database that tracks everyone that's in here, everything that they've done. Enough information where I've actually told a player once when they got up and went to the bathroom.
So you designed all this, the tracking software and everything yourself? Or?
Yeah, everything was built by us. Like I said, we're a technology company. The software is actually patent pending. The method that we use to track players' times. People buy credits to play the games, basically buying hours, but it's a little bit different than that.
My field, personally, is security.
Okay.
So I'm sort of interested in the security aspect of all this stuff as well. So how do you protect the information from say someone else poking around from the outside, or is it like on a isolated server somewhere? Or?
Well, being that we came from a technology company background, my partners and I were actually really security focused. One of the founding members of this, Adam Randazzo, who doesn't currently work here, he's getting married, he had to get another job. He actually went by the name of Precursor, and he wrote the IRC war script called Seventh Sphere, and it was written up in several books about it. So we have a history of working on both ends of security with all this technology. So pretty much our approach to security here was you can't get into it if it's not plugged in. So there is no physical access to the database from any of the network ports that are out here. There is no connection from the internet into our internal systems. However, they do still communicate with each other. We have live information on what's going on in the facility, where people are sitting, how many credits they currently have left, what games they're playing, that you can view right on the website. But there's no way to actually get into the systems.
What would be the biggest demand you would get from your clientele?
More events. Everyone loves events where we have giveaways, of course. Feeds into what they want. But really just bringing the excitement level up in this place, keeping the energy level up. You can tell it's almost built like a nightclub. We've got the music going, we've got the lighting in here. When the place is packed, we have a LAN party, there's 90 people in here. The energy level is unbelievable. It's like a zoo. And maintaining that and creating that in here really delivers the experience that people are looking for.
What inspired you to start a web series to begin with?
Well, to be honest, originally it was just I originally just wanted to start drawing anime and manga style, and I decided that I needed something to keep me motivated to keep drawing. Well, I know I get a lot of my inspiration from different anime and manga, like Ghost in the Shell, of course, is like the reference for me. And
can you tell us a little bit about the story, the plot?
Story, well, it takes place in a cyberpunk fantasy setting. It's Dungeons and Dragons meets Ghost in the Shell. This character right here is, she has no memory of her past, obviously. It's that same old cliche, and but she has a lot of weird, strange abilities, one of which is her wounds heal almost instantly. It's kind of like Wolverine in the X-Men, and she's just trying to figure out who she is and why she has these abilities.
Are you doing anything at all that you'd consider would be cyberpunk?
So, well, other than that, I guess the Canadian Force, we've been working on the new website lately, and we're actually trying to give it a very video game cyberpunk feel to it. It actually came out in April, the new website.
Can you load it up so we can see?
You can actually see David's style in that.
Yeah, they hired me on just before they started the concept, because my style of design really.
What are you doing in the Forces? What are you doing?
I'm a web designer, a Flash designer. Yeah, I helped them build the website. We had a big team. So.
That is pretty slick.
She has a pretty good style.
See what you can cover by poking people?
Yeah, right now there's something wrong with the server. The videos or something.
If I just walked out the house without even knowing this, I'd be pissed off. Welcome to the live portion of the Cyberpunk documentary. There is a hobby out there. It goes by different names. Some people call it urban hacking. Some people call it exploration. Some people call it infiltration. Some people call it modern-day spelunking. But it is essentially the art of going into abandoned buildings and exploring them around as if they were ancient ruins, which, in point of view, they are. Here we are at the Buffalo Central Terminal in Buffalo, which is a common spot to go exploring around in. So let's go take a look.
We've been doing it for years prior to ever finding out that it was a website. Just the fact that there's a lot of beautiful old buildings that maintain their inner beauty through their decrepit existence, their dilapidated structure. And, there's beauty in cobwebs, let's put it that way. We just stumbled across the UER site and thought, oh, great, there's other people doing what we're doing. So we joined up on the site. Let's continue doing what we're doing anyways. You have to plan. You have to find the place, and then you have to check out, what's involved in getting in, what kind of security is involved. Some places you don't want to go into because, they're loaded with asbestos and stuff like that. So you gotta plan for those type of things. Other places are so broken down that it'd be dangerous walking on the floors. So you have to kind of know what you're getting into when you go somewhere.
What would be in your typical travel kit?
Number one, a camera. Oh, that's the most important thing because we have to document it. I mean, because she's a photographer. There's just so many amazing things to take pictures of. You generally want to have gloves. You definitely want to have good boots, or good boots or shoes, where you just you kind of want to know where you're going ahead of time, so then you can then plan on what you need to bring, whether it's could be anything from a crowbar to rope to flashlights to all sorts of stuff. And you never know what you're going to see there. So, you've got a knapsack and you have a little first aid kit in there. That's always a good thing. We just look for places that look interesting. We've been in some old abandoned houses, and they're not usually that interesting. You might find, children's room still has some pictures drawn on the wall or something like that, which can be of interest because it gives you a little insight into the mind, usually how the child that grew up there or something like that. Those generally aren't that interesting. We like the abandoned dairy farm at the monastery that I was mentioning. Something like that is really interesting.